How's she going, eh? All right, so we're back. Unfortunately, it's cold here. It's real cold here. I'm sure you can hear that heater in the background, and for good reason, I guess. It's only about 5 degrees above zero here, above freezing. So we need to get plows and salters and everything else ready. And unfortunately for this little truck, it doesn't have a plow yet, which is what we're going to fix tonight. So you can see here, we got a whole ton of parts to go on. From mounts to wiring to lights to controllers on the inside, relays, you name it, it's here. So without further ado, let's get rolling. So first things first, what we want to do is we want to cut the bumper so that this massive bracket can get up under there and we can start bolting it on. Now to do that, it wants you to go here in the middle and cut out 41 inches across out of the bottom plastic piece and that little spoiler. You also have to take off that engine cover on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead, get this thing up and start doing that. Now unfortunately, I still have a Trans Am up here on the hoist, so we're going to do this one the old-fashioned way on a creeper. Anyways, let's get it jacked up and get going. So there you go, that wasn't too bad. I just measured down from this seam right here 6 inches and we cut all the way across. Now it already had a plow on it at some point, so you can see this cut here was really bad. It's not even close to being straight, but that's already there, so that's all we can deal with. Now what I am gonna do is, next thing you're supposed to do here is take out the factory tow hook that's in this location, but that's already gone. So we're gonna move underneath, pull off this plastic tray here, or this little splash shield, and then we're gonna continue on starting to mount that bracket up behind in this area. Alright, so we're ready now to put up this big piece of bracket. Let me tilt you down here so you can see. So this large bracket right here is the next thing that we need to do. Now, it is easiest if you have some spud wrenches. So what this is an adjustable wrench on this side, and it's like an ice pick on this side. So you use these a lot in like ironworking or something like that. We've got them to put this shop together so you can line up the beams really easy. Well, it's gonna come in handy for this. Since I'm by myself, I'm gonna lift this thing up and shove the pointed end through the hole. That'll hold it from falling down on my face. And then we'll be able to go ahead, pull this back out and install these 1/2 by 5 inch bolts. And that's what's gonna hold this thing to the frame. So this is where we're at so far. We dropped this bolt in. We have our front bolt here and our rear bolt back here. And now what we need to do is come back and drill that one there and this center one out here. So both of those are a 1/2 inch bolt. They're on both sides, so we need to drill 4 holes. So what I'm gonna do is start off with our 1/2 inch drill bit. That'll give me a nice center in the hole, and then I'm gonna swap down to this smaller drill bit. It's around a 1/4 inch. I'll drill through and then put back the 1/2 inch and finish drilling all the way up. It's a little bit easier than trying to slam a 1/2 inch drill through without a pilot hole. So let's get to doing it. that wasn't too bad. We went ahead and got the mount bolted up, as you just saw. Went back and torqued everything to proper torque spec. And the only thing left to do down there is take a paint marker and mark them so that you can see if the nut starts to turn loose over time. So that's one thing that I do to all the bolts. I always put on something. That way I know, like I said, at just a quick glance, you know exactly if it's as tight as it once was or it started to back off. Okay, so with the mount bolted on, what do we need to do now? Let's spin around. So we have all this wiring here, and this is part of the wiring that goes in the truck, and it goes to the headlights and the turn signals and that kind of stuff. Then let's find it here, right there. So these two plugs that are together right now, that's what goes out to the plow. When it's not in use, you just put them together like that, so no snow or salt or anything like that gets in there. So this wiring harness now needs to be hooked up to both sides of the headlights and then routed through into the cab. We also need to add these really big power wires here, and the same thing. You have this male and female end, as you can see. That's the male, and the red is our female. So those get poked out the front of the truck, and you're gonna hook the pump on the plow to that when you go to install it. We also need to install a circuit breaker and a constant starter solenoid. So that's going to give this thing constant power, and that's not going to burn out. You know, like a starter's only usually on for, let's say, 10 seconds. If you leave that thing on for 2 minutes moving the plow up and down, you'll burn out that solenoid. So this one is a constant duty, and it's just designed to stay on a little longer. So we're going to start mounting up this stuff in the engine bay. I went and moved the lights up, as you can see, so we got a little bit of light back here. We'll start by pulling off this panel, getting to the back of the headlights, and yeah, you know what to do. Do stuff. So we started with the easy stuff, and that's running the power and ground wires down to the front of the truck. So as you can see here, I just brought them out this lower grill. It gives us a spot to zip tie them right up here behind, and then we can just wrap this behind. There's a little plastic rubber shield here, so when not in use, we can sit them up in here like this and they're not going to flap around. Now, that being said, like I said, we're going to zip tie them here. We can zip tie them behind the grill over here. So it's getting a little bit late now. I think it's about 20 after 1. So I don't know how much more we're gonna get done. I'd like to get this harness at least run. We won't terminate it all, but at least it's run. Then tomorrow we just gotta, you know, hook up the headlights, the controller on the inside, which the customer needs to get the adapter for the handheld control. This one is a hardwired setup, and the controller that he has is a plug type, and he doesn't want to cut it. So he's going to get the adapter tomorrow and bring it by. But let's take a quick peek at this harness, and I can show you what we're trying to accomplish tonight. All right, so we have a really long harness over here with a couple clips on it and a couple wires. So the clips are for your headlights, high and low beam, and then the wires are your turn signal and your running light. So that's going to be the passenger side. It comes all the way over across the radiator. We have the same thing on this side for the driver's side. And then these two clips right here, these long two, those are what actually go out to the plow. When the plow's not in use, you just clip those together. Then this part here comes all the way into the cab. That part there goes to the handheld controller that we were just talking about. And this part here stays in the engine bay. So you have two relays and a ground. And then it comes all the way over here to a couple fuses, and that's your battery connection. So it looks like we're going to be drilling a hole or trying to find a grommet to put this wire right here through, and that's about 1 inch round. So we need to find a grommet we can sneak that in or drill one. Like I said, that's going to go across the firewall all the way over to the battery, and then we already talked about those. Real quick, I'll show you this end here. So this is a male and a female, as you can see, and like I said, when they're not in use, you just plug them together so no crap gets in the end of them there. So I think what we're going to do, we'll run this down in the bottom grill right there. It'll pop out. We'll get all of this zip tied in. We'll run this over to the driver's side, get it kind of close. We won't zip tie anything. Run that over to the passenger side, won't zip tie it. Get this over by the engine bay. I'm not going to drill that or do anything with this tonight. And then we'll get this all the way over to the battery. So at least all we have to do is terminate in the 5 different spots and we're good to go. So we got the harnesses run kind of loosely in place like I mentioned, and I said I was going to call it a night, but I took a quick peek down here just to see where I was going to run that big harness through the firewall to go to the handheld controller, and I found a nice pleasant surprise. So let's see if you can see it. I don't know if I move this light maybe. So you can see right where that black wire goes in, there's a massive hole in the firewall. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna slip that thing in there, and I'm probably just gonna end up connecting everything at the battery tonight, and I'll do the headlights and the handheld tomorrow, and we should be good to go on this thing. Hopefully about another hour, hour and a half, and we're done. So I'm all greasy and gross tonight, so I might as well get down in that firewall area, get this thing passed through. So tomorrow it should just be plug in the inside, that'll plug into the handheld, and then out here we'll do the headlights, which are again plug in. We need to wire into the running lights and the turn signal, but other than that we got, you know, 4 more connections and we're about done. So let's get this thing passed through. There's not very much that I can actually show you because it's so tight. As you saw, it was kind of hard for me just to do show you the hole that was there. So I'll get that done, and we'll bring you back tomorrow. So we'll just pretend that it's costume change. How's she going? All right, so we're back out here, and like I promised, we're gonna try and wrap this truck up tonight. So I already went ahead and plugged in the adapter harness that we got. So as you can see, this thing used to have these male and female connectors. So I plugged in this little adapter that comes up here to the wiring harness that goes all the way up to the handheld. So the handheld now is going to work based on this wiring. Now we need to go ahead and wire in this 12-pin switch. So it looks crazy, but it's not too bad. We did pass through 3 little wiring harnesses into the cab, and these are 2 of them. So these 2 have the same color wires in both, as you can see. So we're just going to wire it up as per this little diagram right here. It just tells you, you know, black and red go to this pole, whatever. So I went ahead, and he's got his salter controls here, all his light bars and everything right here. So we're going to put that switch on this little bracket right beside, so everything's all in one nice little spot. And then what we'll do is just run this wiring up behind the dash. We'll zip tie it up, and that's it for inside the cab. So let's go ahead, we'll plug these wires in on this little guy and jump back under the dash where we need to hook up the headlights. We're about done with this project. So that wraps up the install for the interior of the truck. I'll take you real quick and show you where we ran the wires and how we did it, in case you're trying to do this on a Chevy of your own. All right, so looking here under the dash, we came through right here, right behind this in the firewall. We came forward and jumped across. He already has a bunch of wiring in here for the salter. So we jumped through here, and then we chased all this wiring up. And I came out just on top of this salter box here to the switch. You can see the switch right over there. And then I came out underneath it right here on the floor for the handheld. That way when he's not using the handheld, he can just kind of roll it and tuck it back up here under the dash, and it's out of the way. And you know, in the summertime or whatever, it will it'll be right out of the way. You won't really even know that it's in there. So that wraps up, like I said, the interior. The handheld here is already all plugged in and everything. So last thing that we need to do on this thing is the headlight wiring. And basically what we want to do, I think I already showed you, but we'll just recap. These two plugs here, that's your factory headlight plug. So we're going to plug the factory harness from the truck into these. And then you have these two wires here, this red and the pink, or the pink and the yellow, I mean, and that's going to be your turn signal and your parking lights. Now we also have these clips here, and what these ones do is kind of jump in the middle, and that gives you everything that's needed to make sure all the wiring, or all the power I should say, when you turn the headlights on the truck, go through all this, and it comes out to the plow harness because that has its own headlights on it, since these will be blocked by the plow. So we're gonna plug these guys in, we're gonna pull the headlights out, and we're gonna wrap this sucker up. So, long couple days for an install, but what are you gonna do? Let's get under the hood and yeah, get her done.